Alright, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, I'm going to be doing a recap. If you've missed any headlines, if you've missed any details that you feel like, man, week 2, I watched some of the games, but I couldn't catch everything. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of everything that you need to know out of week 2 that's important information. Starting with the Thursday Night Football game, Bills vs. Dolphins. Bills won, but the big headliner from that game, Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback of the Dolphins, suffered another concussion. This is his 4th or 5th documented concussion in the past 3 years, something around that number. So a lot of people are hoping he retires. He, though, according to some news reports, is going to continue to play. So that's big news. Next important headline is going into Sunday. We had, for the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey put on the IR. Really rough for 49er fans, and they lost to the Vikings. Some big news there. Justin Jefferson also suffered an injury. He's day-to-day. Should be fine there. Going into the Seahawks and Patriots, Seahawks won the game. Nothing real big there from a headline standpoint. Giants and Commanders. Giants having a standout performance from Malik Nabers. Really promising young rookie. Daniel Jones looks really rough out there. But Commanders end up walking away with the W. Panthers and Chargers. After the game, going into Monday, it is revealed that Bryce Young is going to be benched. What does that mean for the Panthers? They'll probably be better off in the short term. Long term, they're in a serious tough problem because he is their number 1 overall pick who they traded big draft capital for. So for them to not have him perform up to standards of a starting QB period, it is really rough for the Panthers. Chargers, on the other hand, go 2-0. Next game, Saints Cowboys. The headline of this game isn't any injuries. It's the fact that the Saints destroyed the Cowboys. In the first half alone, Saints went 5 for 5 on touchdown drives. They outright destroyed the Cowboys defense. It was an embarrassing performance for the Cowboys. No injuries, nothing like that. Just an embarrassing performance. Going into the Colts and Packers, Malik Willis starting in place of an injured Jordan Love. They end up going out with the victory. Jonathan Taylor didn't play at all in the fourth quarter, which is crazy because he's an all-pro running back. Everyone knows how good he is. Going into the Browns and Jaguars, no crazy big headlines other than the Browns won and the Jaguars, Tank Bixby, running back, of course, got injured. But no real crazy headlines there. Jets and Titans. This is a low-key headline, and this is why I think people should watch videos like this. Braylon Allen, rookie from the Jets, looked really promising, having 2 touchdowns on the day. You already know what you have in Breece Hall. Aaron Rodgers shaking off the rust. But to have a rookie running back come in and actually show that he's capable of some touches, even in a backfield with Breece Hall, is really good for this Jets offense. Will Levis, of course, struggling badly. Buccaneers, Lions, no crazy headlines there. That one's pretty straightforward, and the Bucs won. Going into the Raiders and Ravens, this is a big headline in that the Ravens just lost. Nothing to it. No injuries. The Ravens outright lost to the Raiders. They were up 10 and they choked away the game. Really unfortunate for them. Rams Cardinals, a headline that you probably didn't miss. Cooper Kupp is out and he is an IR candidate. Also, Kyler Murray is him. QB1, Pro Bowler, All Pro. A big headline from that game aside from Kyler Murray and Cooper Kupp. Marvin Harrison Jr. showing that the bust accusations after one game is a joke. Dude is still really good. Dude is still insanely talented, as you can see from just the 2 touchdowns in the first quarter alone. He's got the speed. He's got the versatility in terms of his length and being able to reach balls, but also run the routes. Absolute stellar performance from Marvin Harrison Jr. The next headline, Chiefs and Bengals. You didn't watch the game. I got you covered. The Chiefs won, but they won in a fashion, well, people think the NFL favors the Chiefs, and I can't say you're wrong. There was a defensive pass interference called that was technically the correct call, but it never gets called. Kind of like the NBA travel. Traveling happens all the time. So now you're going to call it in the biggest moment of the game in the final possession, and it was just, it's the right call, but they selectively call it off and on, more so off in the NFL. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can't show it or else I'll get copyrighted. But I highly encourage you just look it up. Bengals vs. Chiefs, defensive pass interference. It'll pop up. But also, Isaiah Pacheco, star running back from the Chiefs. He is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, which is really tough for this Chiefs team that is reliant on the run, to be honest with you. I know you have Patrick Mahomes, but a lot of what they do for the past 2 years has been run the ball, obviously mixed in with Patrick Mahomes' magic. Losing him is going to be huge. The next headline, Steelers Broncos, Bo Nix, terrible performance. Sean Payton, what are you doing? Steelers 2-0. Their defense looks phenomenal, but Justin Fields isn't doing anything wrong. He's not doing everything right, but he's not making big mistakes out there, which is what you really need when you have the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Going into the next game, Chicago Bears versus the Houston Texans. The big headliner here is Caleb Williams still struggling, still learning. The Chicago Bears run game is terrible, and a lot of people have been talking about it. Is it DeAndre Swift? Is it the O-line? I think it's a mixture of a lot of things. I don't think you can just solely blame it on DeAndre Swift because, to be honest, he's running into a brick wall every time. But also, it doesn't help Caleb Williams, the fact that his run game is so non-existent, because there are often times in a drive where they'll run the first 2 plays, so it'll be 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 8, and you just expect him to get out of it. Or there's penalties in the offense, like an offensive holding. False start was called all game long for both teams, to be honest with you, but especially the Chicago Bears. That one was wild. That's your big headliner there. Also, Nico Collins is amazing. Him and CJ Stroud have this chemistry. They have this connection that is clearly special. And then your last game, Falcons versus Eagles. Eagles choked. Not a good look from Saquon Barkley dropping the pass. Not a good look for Nick Sirianni. Not a good look at all, just for everything that happened here, because the game was in their hands. You have the ball. You didn't need to pass it, but you do pass it. But Saquon drops it anyway. It's a tough time for Eagles, just because they should be 2-0, but you take a loss like this and it is just gut-wrenching. On the flip side, Falcons, Kirk Cousins didn't have a great game. He had a great final drive. Found Drake London in the end zone. That was beautiful. Also, I did miss this earlier. I don't know if I did say it. Deebo Samuel is going to be out a couple of weeks, and A.J. Brown was out of this game. He might miss a couple more games. He might not. There's conflicting reports. But those are your biggest headlines of the week. If I've missed anything, feel free to let me know. But if you didn't watch week 2, and you're like, damn, I'm not really caught up with what's going on, this video should have you covered. If you want to see another recap, I will see you next week. As always, this is We've Been Different. We've been different. And we out.